Hey guys, Boy here, and this is 10 weird picks that you might see at the International. As you know, all of the TI9 teams are practicing non-stop to get better, to find new strategies, and to expand their hero pool. Everyone is looking for that one thing, that one edge that someone might miss, and one of these things can be hero picks. By stalking the best players out there, and thanks to Dota 2 Pro Tracker, and this is not a paid advertisement by the way, they're just amazing at what they do, and we will follow briefly some surprises we might get at TI through them. By the way, it could be a paid advertisement, Dota 2 Pro Tracker. Anyways, Dazzle. This is not entirely new, since after the release of the new Dazzle, this was tried out by a couple of players, but it faded away. But now, you can see players like Man, Weeha, Super, all trying this hero out. One of the reasons for Dazzle to be desirable to these players is that he crushes one of the most popular strong heroes off the patch in the mid lane, Ember Spirit. He's also incredibly versatile because of his ult, making all of the active items Dazzle buys more effective in the game. The second hero is Techies. This hero is a sleeper. He received buff after buff after buff for countless patches, and now everyone has to figure out whether this hero deserves to be in the main stage or not. You don't want to get to TI without even understanding the hero, while one team is secretly amazing with it and then you just lose. For now, it seems that the experimentation is not working out really well. Puppy won only one game out of the last 7 he played in this account, but a lot of people still think that the hero might have its place, so stay tuned. The third one is supporting Vulcan. You know, flexibility is one thing that every tier 1 team has. The ability to draft heroes early on into a lineup and then turn the draft upside down with something like a supporting Vulcan can put some enemies in uncomfortable situations. Team Secret, they are known for their support Zeus, Liquid Plate, support Terrorblade in the past, and that one cheese game can be the difference between winning $30 million or, straight up losing early. Supporting Vulcan was attempted by other teams in the past, but was forgotten because even Corn Vulcan was really bad in the last year or so. With the hero being back, supporting Vulcan might be the edge that Team Secret needs to draft this hero early on and still be able to deal with counters and such. Supporting Vulcan is not particularly amazing, but he's not that bad either. He has a lot of HP regen in lane, can gank other heroes, and he's probably one of the best late game supports when you think about it. And with games being longer, it might work. This is probably one of the boldest predictions I'm making, but you never know. The fourth one is Mid-Io. If you follow Reddit, you probably watched this clip where Mid-1 gets a rampage with the hero. Most people in that thread were asking themselves whether the hero was good or not, and the consensus at the time seemed to be that it was just Mid-1 fooling around. Well, maybe he was. The thing though is that Sumail had already played a game of Mid-Io before Mid-1, so it feels as if many top tier mid players were already considering Io to be an interesting option. Support Io is still really good, but this is similar to Invoker. Heroes that will be contested are either getting banned or first phase picked, and when you have multiple lanes for these contested heroes, the threat of them increases tenfold, or maybe just twofold. The win rate and success of Mid-Io seems to be lacking, for now, but even Man apparently tried this hero out. Support Murana. This is a curveball and a really long throwback. With my limited experience with competitive Dota 2, I think the only time I remember Murana support being viable or playable was back during the Na'Vi days. I remember this specific game where Na'Vi played Hodge and Murana in the same team. Anyways, Lanam and Puppy are the ones playing this hero often, and it feels like it actually has great potential. Lanam is 5-1 with his support Murana, going items like Urn, Greaves, but as a rule of thumb, Aghanim Scepter. The Aghanim Scepter might be underwhelming for core Muranas, but looks as if support Murana can benefit a lot from it. This is not that surprising. Offlane Ogre had a couple of games during last TI, but faded out during 2019. Zai, Kazu, and 33 are all playing the hero right now. With longer games being a thing, the Midas Ogre is becoming more and more popular, especially after the last 75% chance to multi-cast buff. This hero offlanes really well, and similar to Dazzle, has the potential to use almost every item he buys more effectively than other heroes. On top of that, he has a GPM talent, can enable carries with his E, and is really hard to bring down. I think this is one of the more likely to happen predictions, and it's really scary. Another buff some people glanced over is the increased range on cast for multicast. Side of Vice specifically is incredibly good on Ogre now, so be careful. Support Omni Knight. Another huge throwback to the days of Support Omni and OD. Those days were nasty, and the days to come offer very similar outcomes. In a meta where strength cores are kings, position 5 Omni makes a lot of sense. Not only it's just another position viable for the hero, giving you options for position 5, 4, and 3 Omni, and you know, there's actually position 1 and 2 Omni being tried out. I did see Ramses and Sumeo and Thompson playing mid Omni, but you know, I don't have the data here, so for now we're just gonna talk about Support Omni. This hero is incredible at enabling strength cores, and honestly any core. Yes, giving Sven 30 strength is awesome, but even a hero like Morphling can benefit insanely from Heavenly Grace, since now he's 10 times less likely to die and has 600 extra HP with 50% status resistance. Puppy and Soniko seem to be trying the hero out for now, but I'm sure more people will give it a go. Carry Pudge. If you watch the channel, you heard about it, and there's an entire video for you to check out, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. I think our Pudge in general is going to be a thing at TI, but Carry Pudge seems to be the new trend amongst the top tier carries. Just to name a few, we have Ana, BSJ, Miracle, Timado trying it out, and that's not even counting mid Pudge with players like Nana, Dandy, and Mage giving it a go. Mid Riki. This is a curveball for sure, and you know, I might be wrong here. I guess a safer prediction would be Riki in general. I myself thought I would see a lot of 4 and 3 Riki when I looked for it, and you know, there were a couple, especially because the last buff the hero got was around HP regen and sustain. But the problem with those Rikis is that they take longer to get the power spike, which at the end of the day is just Diffusal Blade. Mid Riki not only has 5 HP regen at level 1, which is really good for a mid hero, it has about 100 damage for last hits and 75 for denies, all at level 1, provided you use your Cloak and Dagger correctly. Players like Miracle, Wii, Ramses, No One are all testing a hero out, so be careful. Core Slaughter, and when I say core, we're talking mid and safe lane Slaughter. Offlane Slaughter was a thing and is a thing to some degree in pubs, but this new trend of carry Slaughter and specifically mid Slaughter caught my eye. This hero crushes some matchups. For instance, in the mid lane, it can win against Monkey King, it obliterates Alchemist, and the new Wags is insane. On top of that, you have a hero that gives you Roshan from the very early stages of the game, whilst being an initiator, natural BKB carrier, you name it. No one is the player trying this out the most, but even Matuma Man played a game of carry Slaughter recently, although he lost. Guys, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing in this video. I know you're thinking, what the hell happened with Invoker Week? And I guess to sum it up, the high MMR player and me had some problems coordinating time zones, and I couldn't interview him in time to upload the video today. Hopefully this video is of your liking, and if it is, consider dropping that Patreon sponsorship, or at least follow me on social media. By the way, I will be streaming shortly after this video goes online, and it would be a pleasure to have you there. At the moment, I'm practicing new heroes and roles for my quest to 6k MMR in my Smurf, so drop by and have some fun with me. Alright guys, bye!